You know, I'm wishing we had some kind of secret handshake. Although you don't have a tail, so that would sort of limit what we could do.
Don't feel bad, Sylvia. I knew a pirate once who lost his tail in battle, and he got along just fine. Until he lost his balance and fell overboard.
Thanks, Pepper. I'll be extra careful.
The potions you set aside look legit. You ready to do this?
Don't ask. Let's just get it over with before I lose my nerve.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. You, Sylvia, have a lot of nerve. I meant that as a compliment. Not sure it came out sounding that way. Here we are. As close as a landlubber can get to the great god of the sea. Oh, great Katuna. We've got offerings, large one!
Salt, hold on. You've proven your fearlessness many times over, Sylvia. But I know you must have doubts about this.
It is a little hard to wrap my head around. I mean, I worked so hard on these potions. They could be worth some real gold.
Are you really working for the gold, though? Or what the gold represents? Money is precious, but only because people decided that it would be. It has no intrinsic value. You can't eat it. You can't love it. Not really. And there's so much in this world that does have intrinsic value. Real, true worth.
Like jewelry!
No, Salt. You know what I mean. I mean friendship. A dry spot in the sun to lay your head, a beating heart and working lungs. Money can help with some of that, but only so much. And this is our way of showing the world what we really care about. Here, we draw a line in the sand and we say, we do not desire wealth for the sake of wealth. We desire family, health, laughter, and love. We ask humbly to receive all the wonders we cannot buy. These are the blessings that Katuna may bring us, if he deems us worthy.
I don't know about all that. I just throw valuables in the water because it keeps hurricanes away. Everybody knows that. It's science.
All right. I'm convinced. Not about the hurricane thing, obviously. I mean the other stuff.
Hey, nice throw, Sylvia! You got a good arc on that. And the splash!
Katuna will be pleased.
Yeah, he will. I got a feeling. You got good stuff coming your way, Sylvia. Starting now, in fact. I talked it over with Pepper and, well... Geez, I don't know how to say this without sounding stupid. Pepper, help me out.
Sylvia, would you like to pet us? Because we would like that.
Boy, would I. Come here, you crazy cats.
I had a feeling you'd decide to stick around today. I could read it in your aura when you flew in.
I didn't know you could read auras.
Sure I can, and not in some sort of frou-frou mystical sense neither. Sharks like me have got electroreception. Helps me pick up all sorts of information. Like whether I scare someone a little, or scare them a lot.
Imagine that. A whole extra sense. And you're still lost.
Ho-ho! Cutting right to the gloating this time, are you? There's a lesson in there somewhere, isn't there? Something about striking when the moment's right. I guess all the preparation in the world don't matter much if you're not ready when the feeding frenzy starts.
I can agree with that. When making a sale, timing is everything.
That's good. Real good. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna write that one down.
Hold on. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
Sarcastic? I wouldn't disrespect you like that.
I'm pretty sure you would, though.
I see where you're coming from. I admit I got a little salty when we were rivals. But I know better than to bite the hand that feeds. And I don't intend to ignore advice from a successful business person like yourself. Would be nice if my next venture wasn't a total belly flop after all.
Next venture? You're not giving up on the pep talk shop already, are you?
Yeah, that's just a temporary trifle. It'll never make me rich. But it should get me the seed money I need for what comes next. Normally, I'd hit up some of my venture capitalist buddies. But they haven't been so good about returning my calls since you made mincemeat of me in public.
You mean your friends ditched you just because you lost the competition?
Hard to blame them. Those guys don't waste their time with losers. And you all but tattooed a big ol' L on my forehead in front of the whole town.
Still, that's pretty harsh of them.
If you say so. But there are plenty of fish in the sea, right? And you might be just the fish I'm trawling for.
Consider me caught. Hook, line, and sinker.
And you're a catch, all right. I'm tired of wallowing in defeat. It's time for the comeback story of the century.
To win back your friends. Show them you're not a loser after all.
Nah, those fair-weather flops are dead to me. I mean, I'm all for proving them wrong, but I'd rather look forward than back. So, what do you say, Teach? You ready to cram some wisdom in my willing noggin?
Wow, you make education sound almost violent. Also, I'm supposed to be the teacher in this scenario. I'm not qualified to teach anybody.
Sure. Not like you've got a degree, or real-world experience, and a proven record of success.
I guess when you put it that way, it kind of makes sense.
Give it some thought, all right? That's all I ask. And no pressure. I deal with rejection real well. Just ask those former friends of mine, assuming you can find what's left of them. All right, Teach. My pencils are sharpened and my phone's put away. So, what have you got for me?
Was I supposed to make a lesson plan or something? To be honest, I've been way too busy. I wasn't even sure you were serious before.
Serious about making a comeback? Serious about learning from a master? Sure, I'm serious, Teach. I'm serious as a shark attack. Although, I gotta confess to a bit of confusion. When you beat me, you scored a good bit of chowder. So, what'd you spend it on? Bird feed?
I use the winnings to pay down my debt. Any other gold I make goes right back into the business.
What? No fancy jewelry? No jet skis or swanky vacays?
I mean, maybe one day. but I'm in a building phase right now, which means the needs of the business take priority.
Dang, you see? I'm learning something already. So you made the shop look all shoddy on purpose, is that it? Going for the hole-in-the-wall appeal.
It's really not as shoddy as it used to be. Look, why don't I show you around? Maybe you'll see some method to my madness.
Some of them are starting to smell. I guess that discourages loitering? I know a guy. He's sort of a spatial arrangement guru. Gonna give you his number. You make your girlfriend stay in the basement, huh? Smart move. Shows your customers you put the business first. Teach, what was that? You let them walk out of here without spending a single coin.
You can't really force anyone to buy something.
You can make it a little harder for them to leave, though. Maybe physically block the door.
I think that's technically kidnapping.
Anything for a sale, right? Okay, maybe that's a little extreme. But you can always chum the waters a bit. You know, make them an offer they don't dare refuse.
I'm sure there's a version of that idea that isn't too intimidating.
I hope I didn't overstep just then. You obviously know your stuff. But I've always been of the mindset that once your prey is in your grasp, that's when you squeeze them for all they're worth.
That's a good strategy. I generally try to maximize my profit in every transaction. But I try to be smart about it. People only have so much patience. Be too pushy, and you might be trading a lifelong customer for a one-time profit.
I think I get you. Feeding frenzies are fun and all. But if you take a little nibble out of every customer instead of devouring any one of them whole, then you'll eat well for years to come.
Again, that's sort of a scarily aggressive spin, but sure.
This is gold, Teach, pure gold. I came here to bask in the brilliance of a prophet of profit, and you sure delivered.
I felt sparks too. Want to stick around for a bit?
You got more to teach me, do ya? Or maybe I'll show you some of my moves. Gotta say, I'm real happy at how this arrangement's working out so far. I knew you knew your stuff.
I mean, I did try to tell you so from the start.
And I've always believed the best way to learn to swim is to swim alongside the very best.
I've learned a troubling bit of news. It seems Zenobia has a unique magical talent. She can create duplicates of herself. They're a little better than drones. They completely lack her, winning personality. But they're apparently smart enough to deliver her potions all over town. I've seen them shambling to and fro, and every one I saw represents a sale you didn't make. How long before we start losing our customers to the siren call of same-day delivery?
There's only one thing to do, Oswald. You must become my delivery boy.
I take offense at every word in that sentence.
Would you do it for a raise?
You know you've never paid me. Not a coin. You know that, right?
It's no wonder with that attitude.
I don't want to sound confrontational or anything. You've been helping me out, Teach, and I appreciate you. I appreciate your company all around, if I'm honest. All that aside, I can't help wondering why you're holding out on me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Talking about your secret weapon, the true key to your success.
Top-notch customer service? I lose sleep over what people think of my shop.
Yeah, you worry way too much if you ask me. But no, I'm talking about your little sidekick.
You mean the owl? He's not so much a sidekick. As a matter of fact, he's directly responsible for my debt.
What, you gave him a credit card? Seems ill-advised. Anyway, maybe I've been breathing air too long, but I got the impression he was helping you somehow when I was blocking you with my patents. It was clear enough you were drawing emotional strength from his presence. I could see it in your electric aura.
I get strength from you too, actually.
Aw, like a parasite, but a real cute one. But you're not trying to change the subject, I hope.
You mean about him being some kind of secret weapon? I can admit that Owl is more of a help than a hindrance. If nothing else, I always feel a little braver, knowing I have someone in my corner.
And sometimes, when it comes to confidence, you gotta fake it till you make it, right?
That's right. Silencing your inner saboteur is a constant struggle. Of course, I've had no shortage of actual saboteurs.
Yeah. It's why I don't blame you for keeping your secret weapon under wraps. But you understand why I've got to get an owl of my own now.
It would be hard to find another owl like Owl. He's pretty singular.
Oh, I'm not looking to imitate what you've already got. Ain't you heard? Students supposed to surpass the teacher. That's why I gotta get an owl with an upgrade.
Upgrade?
I'm picturing the latest model with 2 functioning wings, a top hat and monocle, laser talons, probably.
Laser talons?
To deter shoplifters, of course.
I'm confused. Are you shopping for a pet or building a cybernetic nightmare?
Why not both? And we can't forget the most important part. My owl's gonna be a talking owl. Can you imagine it?
Oh, I can imagine it. And if I can suggest one more feature, you might want to consider a mute button, just in case. vacations are like.
Greetings, Sylvia. How's business? I trust you're not letting that ghoulish little girl get to you.
Anubia? She's unnerving, but I'm not too worried.
Good. That's good. Because someone needs to take that little upstart down a peg.
I guess you're not a fan?
A fan? Of an outsider coming to my home and acting like she owns the place? I should say not. I've traveled extensively. I've seen her grand empire for myself. It's a sterile, cinderblock dystopia, a monument to mass production. Her factories spew bile into the air and the seas, and the people accept it because in the short term, their lives are comfortable.
And that's what she wants to do to Rafta?
Her large-scale business model requires it. There must always be a new market. Success is defined as growth, not equilibrium. But she's made a dire mistake coming here. Rafta doesn't need another queen.
That's right! You took down the last one!
Something like that, yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to dredge up the past. I only meant to say that Anubia can only grab as much power as people are willing to give her. Whatever her other ambitions might be, I'm not going to let her dominate the potions market. Merp.
Very good. That's what I was hoping to hear. I like you, Sylvia. You know your place. Good luck out there.
I know my place? What's that supposed to mean?
I think the boy's gotten a bit big for his britches. I was never a fan, you know. All he has to do to sell a potion is flash his dimples and bat his eyelashes. The rest of us work for a living.
Wait, is that why you have such an issue with him? Because you were competitors and he got all the attention? Oh my gosh! You're super jealous of him, aren't you?
I had dimples too, you know.
Thank you for the potion, Sylvia. Your instincts were right. They came in handy during the Heroes Happy Hour. Still not entirely sure why Baptiste called it that. It lasted several hours, and I witnessed a full range of emotions.
Okay, but was it fun?
I'm going to say yes. Also no. My experience was complicated.
Well, it can't have gone as poorly as my senior prom did. Unless someone summoned an eldritch horror on the dance floor.
Not that I noticed.
Then it sounds like a successful event to me.
Good to have that perspective, I suppose. My main trouble with the event, and it won't surprise you to hear this, I found small talk all but impossible. Oh, I could ask the trivial questions just fine. But listening to the trivial answers, my mind wouldn't sit still for that. I'm sorry, Sylvia, but I can't bring myself to care what a grown man's favorite color might be. And when people asked about me, well, I found I couldn't keep to trivialities.
You talked about three-legged coconuts, didn't you?
Coconuts, yes, and spiny-tailed avocados, and those berries that call you rude names. Also talked about how to fight them, and how to do it without wrecking the whole forest. I talked about things I care about, Sylvia. Things of interest to me. Some people evidently took me for a real downer. They made excuses to step away, and they never found their way back to my vicinity. A few scoffed at me when they thought they were out of earshot.
I'm sorry. I've been there, and it's hurtful.
But why focus on the ones who left? Because the ones who stayed, Sylvia, they stayed because they were genuinely interested in what I had to say. I've never been one to chase approval, but finding it feels good. And it's not just approval, really. It's this sense that I belong here. This feeling of community.
Sounds like the lone wolf found his pack.
You might be right. Some of us are even getting together next week to discuss sustainability measures the guild could adopt. Looking forward to that. Right now, though, it's just you and me. And I like that too. Come on, let's prowl.
You're suddenly very quiet.
Well, just because a person isn't afraid to talk doesn't mean he can't enjoy the silence.
I've never been a fan of silence. It makes me nervous.
And I've never been a fan of chatter for the sake of chatter. Saying that, it might sound like I'm grasping for superiority of some kind. It's not that I mean to set myself apart from people. I'm not trying to be distant or unfriendly. But the truth is my hesitation around social interactions. It's always been about one thing: fear. I was afraid people wouldn't understand me. Afraid they wouldn't care about any of the things I cared about.
I'm glad you're getting past those fears.
I have you to thank for that. You never hesitated to join in on my hobbies. You never made me feel bad for rambling about my offbeat preoccupations. You expressed interest in what I had to say, and that helped me see that others might be interested too. And I haven't forgotten that this whole hero turn was your idea. Even when I was antagonizing you, you were listening to me, hearing me even then.
I can't take all the credit. You've put a lot of effort into, well, making an effort. And you've done all that while staying true to who you are.
We can agree on that. Whatever changes I've made, I'm still that same odd duck. I'm just a less lonely version of who I was all along.
That's a good thing, because there's enough typical to go around.
You're not so typical yourself, really. And we do make quite the pair. Sylvia, your friendship is one of the true joys of my life. And if I'm silent in your presence, it's not because I have nothing to say. It's because I'm so comfortable with you and so secure in our bond that I can merely be in your presence and feel content.
You know, I think I know what you mean. I guess not filling the air with chatter? In a way, it's kind of intimate?
It can be. It certainly can.
And the weather's real nice, don't you think?
I suppose we'll have to work some on enjoying the silence.
I know just where to start. When words fail me, I like to go for a bit of show, don't tell.
Sylvia, I must tell you, your gift put a smile on my face. As a former potion maker, I know valuable tonics when I see them.
I wanted to make a gesture. I know you're probably not going to the radioactive wastelands anytime soon. But now you could if you wanted to, and that was sort of my point. Your future is wide open, Roxanne, even if you have to struggle through a bit of red tape to reach it.
And on that subject, you're here just in time for a bit of celebration.
What are we celebrating? Did you get some good news?
I don't know that I'd call it news. RAFTA's Business Bureau merely confirmed, in the form of a graded exam, that I am a brilliant businesswoman with a prosperous career ahead of me.
You did it! You got it!
Oh, I've got it all right. My business license is printed, certified, and being framed as we speak. I sprung for the diamond inlaid frame because there's a time and place for subtlety, and this is not it.
Roxanne, this is amazing! Congratulations! I knew you could do it, and without resorting to blackmail. You didn't resort to blackmail, right?
Sylvia, I find your lack of faith strangely gratifying, actually. I guess I've still got a bit of the bad girl swagger, if you have to ask me that. But no. I suppose I realize there's something more satisfying than having power over someone.
The satisfaction of a job well done?
The satisfaction of having power over someone and not needing to use or abuse it. Come on, let's move this celebration outdoors. It's funny. As much as I think of enclosed spaces as my natural habitat, I'm finding it increasingly necessary to seek out open spaces, to see the sky. I suppose change happens whether we court it or not.
You've made some big decisions lately, but you're still Roxanne. Still the perky, perfumed wrecking ball who crashed into my shop not so long ago.
It wasn't exactly love at first sight, though, was it? I saw you as a threat, and I was determined to tear you down. To think of the time and effort I wasted over the years, locked in a cycle of pettiness. I had to change, Sylvia. I had to change to find my way to you.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad to see you thriving like this.
I am thriving, aren't I? Not just surviving.
That's a good look on you.
Isn't everything? I don't know what the future will bring, but whatever fate has in store for me. No, forget fate. Whatever I decide to do with my life, I want you there, my love. I want you by my side.
I want that too, Roxanne.
Don't tell me, Sylvia. Show me. Show me how you really feel.
Truly, Sylvia, you are at the height of your craft.
I am guessing you liked the potions?
Quite so. The taste was so pleasant, I could not help but lick my lips. But what's more, your potions bestowed upon me a sense of enlightenment, as if my third eye were pried open. I realized that an artist is ill-equipped to be his own critic, and so I had an idea to place at my sled a box for comments. For I seek guidance, and while the ancestors may be silent, customers rarely are.
What sorts of things did people have to say?
Oh, I would not know. I have not yet mustered the courage to read the cards. Perhaps, since you are here, Sylvia, would you do me the honor of reading these missives?
It's from Mint. She wrote, "Muktuk, you're a lifesaver, and I mean that literally. Your repair work on my hammer looks gorgeous, and it withstood a bite attack from a full-grown prairie piranha?" I don't know what that is, but she's clearly impressed, especially since you barely even charged her for your work. Roxanne says your engraving tool keeps their edge twice as long as anyone else's. And her words, she's been around the block a few times. Saffron claims the trees weep in the vicinity of a Muktuk-crafted axe. And I'm not sure this is totally relevant, but Quinn says that Boxer loves gnawing on that weird sculpture you abandoned.
Sylvia, I do not know what to say. This is,
Are you all right?
all right is deeply insufficient to describe what I am feeling. Such an outpouring of respect and admiration. I never would have imagined.
Yeah, that many 5-star reviews would make me cry too.
You joke, I think, but you know the depth of meaning in this. We toil, all of us, because we must work to put food on the table and a roof over our heads. But for some of us, the work is also a calling. A roof is necessary, but it is fulfillment we crave. To know my work is appreciated on this level, to know that others see the value in my labor, this is a gift unlike any other.
To be fair, I've been saying this stuff all along.
I thought you were just being kind. And you are kind, Sylvia. Your support has been of the utmost significance to me. Were I to have the encouragement and adulation of all of Rafta behind me, it would mean nothing without you here beside me. Come, if you are in agreement, I should like to return to our special place. The waters of the bay are still. The beach is empty. In the quiet, the great statue of Maven seems even more imposing than before. There she is, just as we left her. And just as she will be for years to come. You realize, don't you, that the statue will outlast us both? Long after we are ash, she will continue her silent vigil.
Oh, I don't know. There's always a chance an earthquake could take her out.
Or that the people might bring it down, yes? They may one day tire of the reminder of a dark past. I suppose this is the lesson the sand taught us. While our works may indeed outlive us, nothing is forever. We all wish to leave our mark on this world, not just artists, everyone. For me, there is the added pressure of my pilgrimage. In order to complete it as it is intended, and as it has always been done, I must craft a work of singular beauty and undeniable grandness, a masterpiece. I have it in me, this I know. But in the meantime, there is the other purpose of my pilgrimage, to forge connections, and to aid those who may benefit from my skills. I enjoy this very much, the union of form and function, the betterment of daily life through master craftsmanship. Art that helps people. Perhaps that is not so insignificant.
It sounds awfully impressive to me.
I am glad that you think so. I can only hope that the ancestors agree.
Did they speak to you?
Though I strain to listen, I have yet to hear their words. And yet, there is something there. Their presence is unmistakable. The ancestors are with me, Sylvia, and they have filled me with the full conviction that they are pleased with my path and my progress upon it.
That's great news.
Indeed. Yet, it is no excuse to sit idle and twiddle our flippers. There is much to be done, for we are all of us building this place together. Rafta itself is the great work of many hands. And you and I, we are building something too, I think. This great collaboration called love. You are an inspiration to me, Sylvia. But you are also more than that. You are my partner and my friend.
I feel the same about you, Muktak.
Then, let us anticipate great things in our future. But let us also appreciate this moment, for we must not fail to see the beauty that is all around us. And in the spirit of appreciating beautiful things, I should like to sculpt you, Sylvia, if you would allow it.
What, here? Now?
Why not? The light is exquisite. My spirits are high. And I think neither of us could ask for better company, huh? Tell me true.
All right, I'm game. What do I do?
It is easy. You just stand very, very still. But first, a kiss, I think. For luck?
For luck. Hey, look at this! It's a carnival! Just when I thought this place couldn't get any more colorful. I had no idea this was happening today.
I'm glad. Sort of wanted to surprise you. You've been working your little tail off. Thought you deserved a treat.
How sweet. Who knew you were sweet?
Sweet on you, anyway.
What should we do first? I know. Let's play a game. I want to win a big stuffed animal.
Oh, bad news, Sylvia. Those games of chance, they're all rigged. You'll never get a stuffed animal if you play by the rules.
What? But I really wanted that giant stuffed octopus.
Well, there is one way. You could cheat.
So be it. Anything for a stuffed toy.
Ha! Guess we've all got our price.
Gloat later, plot now. How do we cheat exactly? I'm new to this.
Lucky for you, I'm an excellent teacher. Watch and learn. Mission accomplished.
But how? What did you say to him?
Just offered to keep an eye on his stall for him. Make sure nobody tried anything untoward while I was around to help.
That's less cheating and more protection racket.
You say anemone, I say anomony. Point is, you see something you like, you gotta just sink your teeth in.
I suppose I could dial up the intensity around the shop sometimes. But hey, you got the wrong toy from him. I wanted the hectopus.
This is a centipus. It's way better. Just look at all these tentacles.
I'd rather not. It's like a cosmic horror in velveteen.
Listen, it's simple math. If 7 is good, 100 is better. And my date deserves better than a second-rate toy.
I see where you're coming from. And I know better than to look a gift toy in the tentacle. Thanks, Finn. I appreciate this.
Don't worry about it. Like I said, you deserve it. Now, what's next? Fried food? Roller coaster?
How about both?
Sure. Maybe not in that order, though. We get sick on that new toy of yours, and I'm out of tricks for replacing it. Because I go anywhere near that stall again, and that guy's liable to pack up this whole carnival and leave town in a hurry.